Hi there guys, my name is Christian Carrasco and I will be showing you my setup for my Garmin Livescope and my Hobie PA14. This is a Pro Angler 14 2019 model. So let me show you what I have right here. So obviously, as any other Hobie PA system, in some of the other Hobie kayaks, you have your drive. In this case, since I have the 2020 model, this one has the kick-up fence right here. Okay, so I have the turbo drive 180 with the kick-up fence. This system is awesome because one of the nicest what it has is if you hit a log or anything that might damage your fence, if you click it on the bottom, this will fold up and no damage will happen to your Mirage drive. One of the things that I did to keep my drive, my kayak, in case I flip is, obviously I did a tether, nylon cord. Yes, it's a D-ring strap right there. I attach it right here as well. My thing just pops in and we're set to roll. You know, just go in there right there. Obviously in this case we're not using it, so I just put it up here for now. I also have my stand-up bar, my H bar right here. You know, haven't used it actually, just got it over this winter, got it installed. Hopefully we'll be able to use it. But actually, let's go and focus on the main thing. The main component that I want to show you, which is the Garmin Livescope and how I rig it up right here. So this is the jewel of my system right here. So obviously I have my Garmin system up there, my unit. I have an older version. I have the Garmin 73 Clearview CV Echo Map Plus. It was one of the first units I came out with. And I think right now they're like 500 bucks, 600 bucks maybe. They're not that expensive. But luckily enough for me, it was compatible with the Garmin Livescope still. So as I mentioned, I have the Clearview side on my scanner. That one goes under the hull, so it was well protected. But I also run my Livescope, which is this system right here. Now, in my case, I was watching a ton of videos of how to do this setup, and most of the people that I was looking through was how to DIY your own system, which is good, you know, but I wanted to look clean. I wanted to look nice and sharp and something more professionally installed. So after looking and looking and looking, I found a bunch of videos and none of them that I really like, you know. So this winter I was able to go ice fishing and came across an awesome guide. His name is Kit Ponisavat. He has his own group which is called Fishing Kit. I will attach his link in the bottom. And he had this system right here, which is a Summit scope. And this is the pole mount right here, which allows you to turn your transducer any way around where you're gonna fish through, you know. And the way that I set it up on my kayak, I got the boat mount, which is this system right here. It has a 1.5 inch round ball, and then I just attach it with a Class D arm as well to my kayak. And now this thing is able to move around if I need to. But also, once I'm done fishing, I can just twist to my left right here, and then just pull it up. And now it's out of the way of fishing, you know, or maybe you hit a sandbar or you get it anywhere else where it might be damaged. You can just twist it up, pull it up, and now it's out of the way of hitting somewhere, you know, where it might cause some damage to it. And then once you're ready to put it back in the water, just toss it back down again. Tie it up again. Make sure that it's level, obviously. Twist the knot right there. Now that it's level, you're set to go. As I mentioned, this system is from Summit Fishing. You can see their brand right there. I also got the Summit scope protector just in case I get hit, you know, when something on transportation. Obviously not in the water, you know, you can have it in there. But besides that, this system is awesome. It's very simple to use, very clean, very nice, very aesthetic. Now the thing is the wiring. Now for those of you who are Hobie owners, you guys know that Hobie has a very nice system where right here in the front hatch, so essentially right here in the front hatch, sorry, So as I mentioned right here in the front hatch, I have my battery that goes to my transducer, my sonar unit, which is my Garmin 73 clear view. So this unit, this battery right here, it only powers my unit. Okay, it only powers my unit and the sonar that came with it, the transducer that came with it. Okay, now let me show you how I wire my Livescope. So as I mentioned, that battery comes out through that little attachment right there, and then it goes directly to my unit up there. Now in my case, when I'm fishing, I like to have my unit close to me, because that way I can go through settings, or I can change from Livescope to clear view, from clear view to traditional, whatever I'm fishing for, and whatever I need to make the changes for. So that battery goes with that unit. That was how I set up my unit last year when I didn't have my Livescope, and I decided to keep it that way, just because Livescope uses a ton of energy, a ton of a battery. So this is obviously my Vantage Seat. Another threaded bar right here, just attach it to the back seat. So what I did is, let me pull this up right here, get it out of the way. So below the seat, I decided to create a small wooden box right here. I'm not gonna make something easier, but but in the flash, wanted to go out fishing, test it out right away. I created this box right here. So this box has my battery that will power just my black box, the GSL10, and my black box together. So the way that I secure this box and make sure it doesn't go away when I'm fishing, in case I flip over, had never happened, but you never know. So to make sure that I secure it is, the Hobie kayak has this strap that is for you to secure your seat when you're traveling, and your seat doesn't go anywhere, when you're driving on the highway or whatever. So since you're fishing, you don't need this strap at all. So what I use this strap and just toss it over my box, and now this thing is not going anywhere. It stays there, stays safe. In my case, I decided to use the Dakota Lithium 12-volt 23 amp battery. This gives me enough power to run for the whole day, maybe even 2 days. I haven't had that situation when I run out of power. Even though when I was ice fishing, two days in a row, and I still had juice, on my battery to run the Livescope and my sonar at the same time. Now in this case, I didn't want to mess up with the system, didn't want to mess up with anything, because sometimes I might not take my Livescope, and I didn't want to have to rewire the whole thing just to be able to use my sonar with the regular transducer that came with the boat, that I have in the boat already installed. So I have my battery is loose. I can just charge it and uncharge it from there. And then that way that I have my black box is back here in this area. It's under all these cables. I know they're loose right now. So I was fishing the other day, and I didn't want to tighten them up very good, So my battery is secured with another strap right here as well. Here's my black box. So my black box has all the cables that comes out from the power, which goes from here to my battery, using this one right here. It has the network unit, the one that goes to my Garmin, and it has my Livescope unit, which is all this cable right here. So for me, just put up here, and then use the strap that goes with the seat, push it over, get it secure, tie it up. This way, nothing goes anywhere. Everything stays in the boat, and it stays under my seat. It's well vented. As you can see, we have at least 2 inches right there from the hole, which in case water comes in, it will be out of the water as well. And if we flip over, hopefully it will be out of the water as well. Okay, so that's my setup. Right now I have all the wires running, I know right here. I will try to make it clean, maybe push it on the side right here. Use another strap, like this one, just to keep all the cables secure. As you know, you don't want to damage your cables. So one of the most important things is do not over tighten. So this is my system for my Hobie kayak, Pro Angler 14 2020 model. Hope you guys like it. I really like this system a lot. Only used it once so far in the water. Just went out for a test drive, and this thing is amazing. Thank you guys, and see you soon.